Hello guys, welcome to a new video on Tower of God New World. And in this video we're going to have a look at the in-game events that we're going to get starting from next Monday and the March suggestion feedback post that I just posted in the dev notes section of the forum. And yeah, that's the plan, and let's just get started with the new in-game events we're going to get from Monday. So the first part is the White Day Celebration Daily Festival. We're going to get the usual daily mission. Once we complete them, we're going to get this new currency, the Jawbreaker. Okay, cool. And once we complete all the missions in these 7 days, we're going to get 2 reward selection chests A, which we can exchange for either 10 normal summon tickets or 6 black market tickets. So not a bad not a bad deal, I'd say. Really cool. And this Jawbreaker can then be used in the exchange shop we're going to have a look at now. So this is the exchange shop. Here the two currencies that are going to be used, so lollipops and jawbreakers. And yeah, these are the ways to obtain those items. So the jawbreaker that we just saw, we can get it from the daily festival. There are a total of there is an average of 30 per day. It's a 7-day festival, so it's 210 jawbreakers from the daily festival, and then we get around 20 per day from the Climb the Tower minigame, which is a 10 to 11 days event. So we get an additional 200 jawbreakers. That means we get a total of like 410 jawbreakers. And then we have lollipops. We get them from loot, 3 every hour, so 72 per day. Again, 10 days is the duration, so around 720, probably a bit more of these lollipops. Then we get 1 every time we win a battle on the secret floor. I hope it's going to give us the lollipop even on like autocomplete or autoplay, quick whatever, and that we do not have to watch the battle every time. That would be stupid, but who knows? We will see. If they're only going to give it if you clear it like with the normal battle with all the animations, etc., I would even say skip it because I did some math. I just checked the amount you get, and you get more than enough to exchange all the items in the exchange shop anyway. You don't need the additional ones from the secret floor. So yeah, you really get nothing out of it, so it doesn't really matter. I said to be to save these keys for this event, but then I just checked the total amount of resources you need, and there is no reason to do so. If you want to use them now, feel free to do so, because every additional lollipop is only going to be exchanged for 500 coins. Really useless. If it was like 5,000, then maybe could have some sort of logic, but even then it would be way too little. So yeah, that's kind of disappointing. So again, we don't need to really save the master keys for the secret floor, but yeah, if you want to do so, save them. I'm personally saving them just to min max on the amount of coins I get, but it's really not important. Then we have the daily missions. We get 20 once we reach the 100 daily points, so that's an additional 200 lollipops. Then we get an additional 200 from playing the Climb the Tower minigame for the 10 days, same as this one. So we get 20 lollipops and 20 jawbreakers every day with the Climb the Tower. Okay, now what can we use these new currencies for? We can get 7,000 suspendium, 1 SSR selection chest. These announcement scrolls are really not needed. I mean, the only useful R and SR units you want to level up are probably just going to be Apple, Liron 3, Gosang, Chun Chung. That's pretty much all. So yeah, not too important. If you I wouldn't exchange them because I would rather get 60 of these loot coin 1 hour. I think it's better than these 30 scrolls. But again, I already have the units I mentioned before at SSR, so sure, for me it makes sense. Some other people might want these additional 30 scrolls to level up some units. You do you. I would personally not use them for this. Then we get 3 random SSR units with the Soulstone, not too bad. 20 Master Keys, 20 normal summon tickets, and everything additional we can exchange for coins. This one is really low. This one is a bit more interesting. So yeah, I will try to get as many as I can. And yeah, the last event is the one we already mentioned, the Climb the Tower minigame. There is nothing different or nothing different from usual. Is the usual. Climb the tower, you just go up the platforms and try to get the highest score possible. You need to get to 1500 points one time so that you can get these 3 reward selection chests for the additional 18 black market tickets for a total of 40 from these 2 events alone. So not bad at all. Then we have the Lollipop and Jawbreaker I mentioned before. If you play 3 times a day this event, you're going to get these additional 20 Lollipop and 20 Jawbreakers. And that's pretty much all for the events. Now let's head over to the March suggestion feedback. So this is one of the usual posts they do where they take the suggestions or the things that the community try to recommend or ask for, and they just try to reply to them. So yeah, the first point is pretty much irrelevant. It just says that after the Tower of Alliance event, there are some delays on specific buttons. I haven't experienced it, so I have no idea how impactful that is, but whatever. I will just keep it. It's not too important, I would say. This next point is really, really important. So they're going to add new requests to the agency service center, and they're also going to lower the refresh cost from 300 suspendium, that was really expensive, to 100. This is huge. Like for me, I'm doing some refreshes every day. To me, this change is really, really huge. So yeah, this will just push me to do even more refreshes and trying to get like all the requests that give Shinsu instead of the suspendium or coins. Really, really huge in my opinion. And yeah, they are also going to add additional requests. We don't know how many. I hope 2 per tab, so 4 in total. Well, no, actually I hope 4 per tab, so 8 in total, taking it from 12 to 20 requests. That would be really great in my opinion, but they were probably going to do 2 per tab, so from 12 to 16. Still good, because I'm really looking forward to this cost reduction. Really, really cool. Then we have improvement of adventure difficulty. They adjusted the difficulty again from floors 3 to 60, so all of them basically, all the ones we had. And they said to alleviate any frustration the players have experienced thus far. I don't think they understand where the frustration is coming from, because to me this change, okay, a bit was necessary because I was reaching again the accuracy and evasion threshold for my current investment in the Tresence facility and in my ignition weapons. So cool, I liked that part, but they also reduced the like HP, defense, attack, everything. The overall combat power of the enemies was reduced, and I don't get why they would like nerf the difficulty that way. Just take your time and think your comps through. Do not just keep using Urek and Zahard over and over again. Datamashini, Edan, all those annoying units, just stop using them. Well, not stop, but just one, stick to our own constraints. You cannot have 2 Ureks in those 4 teams. Limit yourself to 1 Urek, 1 Zahard, 1 Datamashini, 1 whatever unit that is. Do not use the same unit on multiple teams, and just make your comps more varied so that we can play more with the comps and experiment a bit more. and we're not forced to use the same units to counter those specific ones. So that's what I would like to see. I get it that it's difficult for them to balance the difficulty, but I mean, it's really too annoying to be facing so many of those annoying units. Now I just got to like floor 49, but I think like floor 48 and 49, I started seeing Urek and Zahard in the same team more than once in the four teams. So I was like, what the, why? Why? I mean, that's really stupid. I don't know, guys. I don't get this way of managing difficulty in a game. I know it's harder to make team comps that are working and that are actually difficult to face if you do not use these annoying units, but still you cannot use them so much. It's really annoying at a certain point. But it's okay. We'll take every kind of nerf they can give us, I would say. Now, the next point is just they're going to add a way to select a specific quantity when you are trying to open multiple boxes. Really cool because every time I have to open a gift or the extracts for a specific color, it's always so annoying to keep on pressing the plus button until you get to the desired amount. It takes time and it doesn't make any sense. So yeah, it's a nice addition if they add it. So cool. Then they also added a way to sort friends by combat power. I don't see why you would do so, but okay, cool. Every kind of filter or sorting options that they give us are always nice. Then we have this teammate balance improvements part, and they said that they are going to balance it, like provide additional balance uh, systems or whatever with the revolution system they're going to implement at the end of the month. We still have no information on this system whatsoever. We know it's going to impact accuracy and evasion in certain ways. We saw from the screenshots there were like the heart icons, so we can guess it's going to increase also the HP of the units, but we don't know if that's going to be flat stats that are going to scale with the link levels, percentages, if we are also going to get some additional passives that are going to change some effects entirely. We have no idea. We don't even know where we get the currency to do those, like to unlock those nodes. Here they always mention limit breaks. So it seems it's tied to the limit break of a unit. But then I don't know if it means you unlock this system once you get to a certain limit break, like maybe 3 red, let's say, or if for every limit break you get a portion of the currency, and once you get to Rainbow 5, you can max out this new system. I don't think I would be too happy with a system that's automatically maxed out once a unit is Rainbow 5. I mean, it's way easier because all your carries will automatically have the additional stats, but it's also kind of, I don't know, boring at the same time. I don't know. We will see how they implement it. Because yeah, we cannot do much else other than guessing. We have no information on this. And yeah, they just said this is the first phase of implementing new stats. Okay, interesting. And they plan on giving additional stats in multiple stages through different updates. I don't know what they mean, if they're going to expand on this revolution system or if they're going to add additional systems, or I have no idea. We will just have to wait and see how they plan to implement that. For the next point, they just um, change the time you unlock the auto progress mode from floor 1420 to chapter 4. Thanks God, because like some time ago I started creating a second account, and it was so annoying having to wait for floor 14 to just get the auto progress. I just wanted to press auto progress and I don't know, go back to the game 3 hours later and see the account having cleared like 3, 4, 5 floors, but I couldn't do that, so it was just stupid, I would say. So it's a nice change. It won't impact most people, but all the new players out there are going to benefit from this. And also, if you want to create again a second account, it's definitely good for that as well. Then we have improvement for the Tower of Alliances event. This was just people complaining that if you are faced against a stronger alliance, you cannot get all the rewards, blah blah blah. So they want to, they are thinking of ways to provide the same uh, rewards to both, stuff like that. I don't know. I don't really care about this point, so I'll just move on to the next one. Improvements for ignition weapons. So for these, Monkey D opened the post in the suggestions tab, and I also like put a like to that post because what we think is also needed in this game is a way to reroll the substats. Not all of them, like they might have understood here, and that's why they said this. This approach may conflict with the farming intent of ignition weapons. They are kind of scared that if they let you change all the substats, you will have no reason to farm ignition weapons. Sure, but I don't think it makes sense to change all of them either. It would be a stupid thing, then just let me choose whatever I want. But what I would like to see is if a piece is yet to go through the first upgrade, so if it's from +0 to +3, you can choose one of the four rows and lock it for reroll, means you can only reroll one of the four substats, and you can reroll it how many times you want, spending currency, whatever, suspendium, whatever that is. You can keep rerolling it until you get the highest roll possible and the stat you want. Great. And that's it. Okay. Then once you take it to +4, you cannot change it anymore. And the piece could still be garbage. So it doesn't prevent people from keep farming these ignition weapons. It just give a way for people to improve some pieces that could be a lot better with just that additional stat. And yeah, that's pretty much all I was asking for. And I don't know if you guys agree with this kind of approach. I think it would make a lot of sense. It wouldn't be too impactful in the sense that prevents people, like gets people to a point where they say, I don't care about farming anymore because I already have all the best in slots pieces. It's fine. No, you still need a lot of luck, but it's just that additional help that could, yeah, again, help people get better pieces. That was the main idea behind that post, I would say. But here they just replied again, it would like remove the purpose of farming, which, as I already explained, it doesn't make a ton of sense to me. So what they plan on doing is just providing more access to keys so that you can farm more. That's also fine because we're getting additional like mm, enhance materials. We can use those pieces we do not like to enhance the other ones. So cool. And we also get additional chances of getting good pieces. So it's still fine if they give us more ways to get keys. But again, I would have liked the system that I mentioned before. We'll see. Maybe they will implement it in the future. I think a lot of games already have systems like this. So yeah, it would make a lot of sense, in my opinion. Then we have enhancement and improvements to existing content. And they said they think it's going to be more enjoyable now that they nerfed all the content across the board. And that's pretty much the same as the previous point, I would say. Not the previous one, but the one I said before about them making the same comps over and over again. It's really getting annoying. And I don't think this nerfing is really going to be useful in that regard. They should just take the time to think through the compositions and make them more varied. Yeah, that's what I should do in my opinion. I don't really think keeping on nerfing the content is the right way to go. But okay. People also ask to have different formations also during an adventure. They just said no, we're not going to do it in an adventure. I agree. It doesn't make any sense. It's fine to have it standard. Let's not add too many variables to the to the adventure situation. They're going to create more modes like the formation event and the underground laboratory. they're going to add more content where you can have different setups, different formations, but that's about it. And I agree with their approach, I would say. People also ask to have a status displayed during battles to see like damage done, stuff like that. They just said it's too complicated to do it in the during battle. They're probably going to add it in the replay feature. That would already be, I think, a good thing. I agree with it not being that easy to implement during battle, but afterwards would be already good enough in my opinion. We can get a lot of additional information, like we can also review the stats of certain units at every point in the replay. We can just stop and see every unit, what their resistances look like, what their attack look like, and stuff like that. I think that would make a lot of sense. Then the other point here, addition of content that allows for utilizing leveled up Shinsu more effectively. So here, I think it was related to probably High Rank Arena. That's the only kind of content where you have a cap to the levels. So every single person will have 240 links. So at that point, all that counts is dupes, ignition weapons, and your composition skills, let's say. I would say the first two are more relevant, but okay. So yeah, I think it makes sense to have a cap in level when PvP is concerned. For everything else is fine. If there is anything that's competitive, there should be a cap to the links. Also, I would even say Alliance Expedition, in my opinion, should have the cap to the links. It doesn't at the moment, but I think it should, because at that point, every single alliance is like can have a way to win if they can find a better comp or just be smarter about it, have better units upgraded. So I think it makes more sense. It still puts Wales at an advantage because it will have the right units at Rainbow 5 with a lot of investment, really good ignition weapons, whatever. But at least like smaller alliances or other people could still have a chance at competing. So that would make sense. Adding additional content where you can use your higher links, I don't think it makes sense. It's just for whales to destroy all competition. So I don't know. I just hope they are aware of that and they're just not going to do any kind of PvP or competitive mode that let people leverage their higher Shinsu links. But that's okay. Then we have a feature to continue the adventure play. This is just an error that I also faced a couple of times where the game crashes. It says there is the record of the multi-stage, then you try to load, and then the data saved was not like was kind of corrupted and it didn't load, whatever. I don't think it's that big of a deal. It happens rarely, and when it happens, just retry the stage. It's no big deal. So yeah, whatever. I don't care about what they say about this. It's fine. Then this next point is really important, improvement of resource acquisition and utilization methods for growth. So here, basically at different point in times, you have different needs. At a certain point, you will need more Link XP. At a certain point, you will need more Shinsu. Other points, you will need more gold. Well, Shinsu you always need pretty much, but yeah. What it means is that uh, they will try to give you guys ways to change the currency or like those growth materials to exchange them for different ones via dismantling and fusion, it seems, from what they wrote here. I don't know if that's also including the extracts, because we get a lot of tier 1 extracts like the common one, but we get very few of the rare ones. So maybe they will give you ways to also exchange those, but I'm pretty sure their main focus will be coin, Link XP, and Shinsu, which would already be a good thing. I mean, if I could trade 600 million Link XP for 60 million coins, I would do it immediately. So yeah, if they kind of implement this kind of system in the game, that would be really, really huge and really, really helpful. So yeah, let's see what they can implement here for this part. And the last one is just live broadcast. They're going to do one for the anniversary. Okay, cool. And yeah, just some apologies and stuff like that. No problem. So that was the content of these dev notes. I would say there are some good things that they're aware of and they're working on. So overall, I'm quite satisfied with it. I'm really looking forward to the Revolution system and all the changes that are likely going to happen in the 28th, in the March 28th update. So yeah, really looking forward to that. If you have any consideration, anything to add, please feel free to drop them down below in the comment section. If you like the video, please drop a like and subscribe to my channel, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!